Welcome back to First News. I'm Nate Fluharty, and it is time for us to take a look at our Thursday morning business headlines. Chick-fil-A, they've opened its first drive-through only restaurant for you to enjoy those delicious chicken sandwiches. And minutes from the Federal Reserve show officials could be gearing up for a possible interest rate cut as soon as September. It's a couple of weeks away. Let's check in with Sabeel Marcellus, who is in the NASDAQ this morning with the details on these stories. Sabeel, good morning.
Good morning, Nate. The Federal Reserve is geared up to cut interest rates when it meets in mid-September. Minutes from the last Fed meeting in July show policymakers overwhelmingly want to cut rates, and some even suggested reducing rates at last month's meeting. Since then, there has been even more data showing inflation easing and the job market slowing. Most on Wall Street expect a quarter-point reduction to the Fed's key interest rate, but a few are predicting a larger half-point rate cut. The U.S. economy may have created far fewer jobs than initially reported over a recent 12-month stretch. The Labor Department says there were likely 818,000 fewer jobs created between April of last year and March of this year. That's the result of an annual revision the Labor Department does as it gets updated data from states. If the revision holds, it means job growth could have been nearly 30% lower than initially reported, and it would be the largest downward revision since 2009. Modest gains for stocks yesterday. The Dow was up 55 points, the Nasdaq added 102, and the S&P gained 23. Local stocks on the move included International Paper, which was up 1.6%, Kroger gained 1.3%, and among the Magnificent Seven big-name tech stocks, Instagram and Facebook parent Meta rose 1.6%, and Tesla was up nearly 1%. A report on manufacturing is due out today, and the latest figures on weekly jobless claims are also expected. This morning, futures are looking good, in the green. Dow futures up 49 points, and NASDAQ futures up 28 points. BMW is recalling more than 720,000 vehicles due to a potential water pump malfunction. The recall covers some X1, X3, X4, and X5 models. All of the vehicles are from 2012 through 2018, and the issue is with an electrical connector on the water pump that could short circuit, which could increase the risk of a fire. BMW will notify owners of the vehicles, and dealers will replace the faulty connector for free. Chick-fil-A is opening its first drive-through only restaurant today. The location just south of Atlanta features 4 drive-through lanes. The kitchen is built above the lanes, and the food is transported via a conveyor belt system down to employees. Chick-fil-A says the elevated kitchen concept allows it to deliver a meal every 6 seconds. It says the location can handle as many as 3 times more vehicles than a standard Chick-fil-A drive-through. Now let's toss it over to Brian Fowler for another look at your forecast.